a ring. Is that in planning that we discussed that?
It's a quick peek. Let's see. Planning. There's the planning. Planning for the White Dragon fight. Hope has provided one superior healing potion to Barrow and one superior healing potion to Vigo. Vigo requested the loan of a ring of warmth. Okay, and to the Blink Dagger took the ring of warmth. And
which Raydra did not have a ring of warmth to loan you.
remembering that I believe Raydra is not necessarily the elf she appears to be, but I believe some sort of dragon in disguise, Vigo will smile politely and say, "Well, thank you," while not muttering anything under his breath. Uh, okay.
So I want to test something real quick because there's a new feature on this. Vigo, did your map change?
My map appears to be the map of the world and
Mm.
has not shown any change.
I'm
There
wondering.
is there's an icon or a token above the amethyst dragon range, but I don't know what that's for. But that was there. Okay,
Don't
that
worry
just
about that.
moved and disappeared.
All
That
right.
just disappeared.
I was hoping because there's a new thing on the map where it says world map 11 members. I was wondering if I could move you guys separately to different maps, like if you guys were to split the party. I'll have to fiddle around with it.
Interesting.
Dun dun dun.
Right?
I think you can. I think it may just depend on. That's a bad map.
Did it move you to the forest map?
I'm in a forest map sharing a whole bunch of ash phoenixes.
Oh.
I
And
am
everyone else
not
is
in
on
a
the world
forest.
map? Oh,
Yeah.
I figured it
Yep.
out.
Oh, he's got it.
Okay, I'm back on the world map now.
Is that new?
That's new.
Is it? I thought I was able. I thought I was able to do that.
To be fair, I haven't really played around with the world map stuff in like a month and a half. So
No, I mean, like I was thinking. I thought I was able to do that with my players a while ago.
So
I guess not.
maybe I don't
I just
usually
know-
mess around with it. I just noticed it today. So.
I just noticed something in the party loot. There's
Yeah.
a +1 greatsword in there.
Well,
Yes.
Does that belong to anybody?
No, it's in party loot.
Can I take that?
thief.
Sweet.
Wait, did you
We
just
can-
call somebody besides Vigo a thief?
I asked.
No, and that's fine. And yeah, the answer was yes. It's in party loot, so it's available to the party. I thought I heard the DM call someone other than Vigo a thief.
I will exchange it for my Moon Touch greatsword. So now there's a Moon Touch greatsword in there.
Okay.
What does a moon touched greatsword do?
It shines light, a dim light out to a dim light to 15. Excuse me, it shines light out to 15 feet and a dim light out to 30 when it's drawn. It also acts as a magical sword.
Okay. Is that it? It just kind of has a glow to it.
It just glows. Yeah.
It's pretty.
It shines like the moonlight.
And Mel's stealing my channel commands, so yes, she is a thief. She's pulling a Vigo.
I remembered how to do it.
She's stealing the chair command that you created, Chris.
I
Tried to
believe
help
that.
me earlier, but Chris, I had to do it in Stream Elements, not
Oh, okay.
not the thing you sent me. And I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Well, Brandon, I would offer that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And since she is imitating your chair commands or stream commands, then that would be
Mhm.
flattery to you.
That's fair.
There are times that my streams see the chair.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chair is the greatest streamer and shows up in more streams than any other streamer.
This is true.
well, now that I know that Chris wrote it, you could write one specialized for Mel.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I might have to be motivated and properly induced. I would consider this. Well, today I had to get my second shingles vaccine shot, so I don't come down with that
Ugh.
horrible little confliction.
I
A
got
buddy of mine had it on the back of his back of his shoulder and then up his neck, and he said, "Yeah, nothing like walking around with a campfire on your neck."
I had
He's
shingles in
over
2019,
through it.
and it covered my entire left eye and the top of my head. It sucked.
Oof.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, it's.
I took that, but I also took the flu shot today, so both shoulders are sore.
Oh, you're feeling good.
Oh yeah, Vigo is not at full function. Just
Wow.
be glad it's not gastric feeling poorly, because that could lead to bad things.
This is true.
Hey, are we ready to start? Are we all here? We're missing somebody.
No, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
You may announce the beginning of the stream, sorry, Blue.
I mean, I've been streaming for about 6 minutes now because if you guys
Oh,
if
was
you
it?
guys talk shop, I start the stream without on silently. So
That's fine.
but we are
I just
back
understand.
for some more of
Welcome
the
back,
flood.
viewers. For those of you who've tuned in faithfully for all these mini episodes,
We're
you
only
know that
2
we
behind on
stick
YouTube
here.
right now.
You're doing
Or
awesome.
no, 1 behind.
Well, for those of you who will eventually catch up to this point on YouTube, we welcome you back as always and appreciate every single one of you individually. Please leave a comment down below with this video to let us know what you think so far. And is there anything that we or our DM could be doing to make your experience better viewing these videos? Because we do want to be responsive to making sure that we are projecting the best quality entertainment that you can find on YouTube and Twitch. Please feel free to try to catch up and join the stream normally when we actually do stream live. I'm going to here every Monday at this time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, when we get together and we do accommodate work schedules, etc. So, with that public service announcement completed, in our
You're hired.
last
Since you're already on
you.
a roll, you might as well keep going with what
Maybe-
happened last time.
In
Maybe
our
you
last
shouldn't charge him. You
adventure,
shouldn't charge him when he's doing your intros for your D&D videos. You should get to play for free.
in our last episode, the valiant crew, following a brilliant plan, well thought out, that survived exactly 1 round of combat before going to heck in a handbasket, battled the obsidian dragon in the lair. The dragon rider was slain in a mighty conflict with Albero, tanking most of the damage from the entire thing. Unfortunately, upon the dragon rider's death, the dragon itself went insane. There was fire everywhere, which magically turned into, I believe, ice cream? Or
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan ice cream, that's correct. So we had Neapolitan lava ice cream flowing through the cavern, protecting us. We almost lost our Drake Warden to being petrified, but she was saved when our stalwart cleric, ever present and looking out for his companions, leapt to her rescue and used a restoration spell to cancel the petrification caused by the obsidian dragon. With some quick thinking and a little adroit deception, the thief in the group, the professional, was able to do some damage and then attempted to distract the dragon by speed looting the horde, but was unsuccessful in distracting the mad creature. Believe, did Albero strike the final killing blow, or
Yeah.
I think it was. I believe Albero did smite the dragon for the final blow, and there was much rejoicing. There was a lot of clutch a lot of clutch emergency teleportation and support by Hope throughout the entire battle. And our Drake Warden spent much of her time feathering the living hell out of the dragon and the rider from a distance, which proved, again, to be a lot of damage. So the Obsidian Dragon vanquished and loot brought back to Luxfer. It was determined there was actually some fake coins mixed in. Under the careful and watchful eye of Albero, Vigo offered to sort out the fake coins from the real ones, and nary a coin was misplaced, because that is what Albero will swear to. And who could doubt the word of such a stalwart champion of justice, truth, and honor? Vigo's bag of holding was a little heavier than when he sat at the table. Anyway, that's a tale for another story. But War Council was held. Discussions were made about how to combat the White Dragon and the White Dragon Rider, and another brilliant plan was hatched, which involves shoot the Dragon Rider, and given a chance, shoot the Dragon Rider. After that, shoot the Dragon Rider some more. So that's the plan the party has, and we're going to go fight the White Dragon. And the female Goliath, I believe, who is the Dragon Rider in this case, if I am correct.
Yep.
Much to the chagrin of a certain mayor in a certain small town in the Black Dragon area of patrol, who has, if those of you who've watched the series, spoiler alert, has a bit of a thing for the female White Dragon Rider. And unfortunately, if we kill her, it's probably going to hurt him in a romantic way. But oh well, such is life. So that is where we stand right now. The party is in Luxfer, having made final preparations, and we will go over those last few things before heading off to go and fight the White Dragon. Thus endeth the recap.
Wonderful. So Vigo, during your preparation to head to face off with Ceza and the White Dragon, you ask Ranger for a ring of warmth as a loan. She does not have one.
Vigo will smile very politely and say, "Thank you, milady. I regret that that item will not be available for loan or borrow, but we appreciate your granting me an audience to speak with you. I'm sure you're busy with everything else." And then return and when well out of earshot and around several other corners, will grumble something about mages and inadequate magic supplies available to help out those who really need them.
Melisandre is missing her most mighty weapon, the pencil.
Do not mock the note takers of the group.
I'm not.
There is a proper size. There's a proper size wizard who will have words with you, and many words, sir.
It's the best. It's the best weapon in the party. This is no joke. I'm a paladin. I don't have a sense of humor.
All right. So what do you all want to do? Anybody other preparation anybody wants to make?
The only thing that I would do is if we were resting beforehand, I would put a death ward on myself. It has 2 hours left after my 6-hour rest. That way I get my spell slot back.
Yeah, you'd be able to fully rest prior to going to this, so that's not an issue.
Cool. That's all I want.
I will put a death ward on Vigo.
Thank you very much, my good friend.
I think so. We're gonna go look to try to defeat the Dragon Rider tomorrow.
Yeah, we say you have a day.
So the spells we cast in time, so they're still in effect before we travel. So do we have a 24-hour period at this point? Now we said we'll be casting spells.
Okay, then I'll wait to cast that then.
Yeah, mine's just before we go. 6 hours before we go. I guess the only other thing, could I find a potion of growth?
Potion of growth.
Yeah.
I'd say yeah, you could find one.
Or maybe or would Vance maybe have a what
All
do
of
you call it?
enlarge and reduce.
Yeah, a scroll of some kind that could be read and cast.
Potion would be more likely to work for him if he were to cast it on himself than the scroll. Just because with the scroll he'd have a chance to fail at it.
Yeah, I'll take the potion.
Potion's
How
guaranteed.
much for a potion?
250 gold.
250 gold. Gotta look at my stores after. Yep, I don't have that. I spent it all on those 2 items.
Vigo will hand him the potion and make a payoff.
Okay.
So I will cover the expense.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Your training will now become twice as hard, or twice as vigorous.
Vigo takes the potion back and gives him a bottle of water.
If I could smile, I would.
You can smile. You're just a warforged. You're not like you're metal, but
I like to think that the mask, the helmet visor just comes down like in one of those old, fireplace chimney
My-
grills where it's just a vertical slit.
It
There's
just
nothing
flaps up
behind
and
it.
down.
The day you flap them down, it's just locked in place. You just kind of, it's because this expression that we're like, okay, I think he's happy right now. I can't tell. But, okay, payment made.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's see. Vigo has a gingerbread dragon cookie that he's been keeping. Is that still fresh enough to eat, or is it gone stale by this point in time?
it's definitely stale by this point in time.
Would it still work magically?
Yeah, I'll say the effects are halved.
Okay, so it'd be 5 hit points. 5 temporary hit points to whoever eats it. I will offer that to Silas. Say, sorry, it's stale, but you should get some benefit out of it.
I appreciate the kindness, and I will. It will be my last emergency ration.
Okay.
Trying to help out the team.
Any other last minute preparations?
Hope is gonna go find the dragon rider.
Let's
We
go.
want to bang the dragon rider before we kill them.
I'm sorry. Wait, is that Hope speaking, or is that Mood?
Well, this is just where Hope went.
I see. So Hope is not around for the previous day's prep because Hope has disappeared.
No, it depends on how long this takes.
So you're trying to teleport to
That's
where the
all.
lair would be?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, The Dragon Rider doesn't sleep, right?
Why
Or
wouldn't
does
they sleep?
do they sleep?
Yeah, she would sleep.
Oh, then I'm gonna teleport right next to her.
All right.
Surprise!
As you teleport next to her, can you be affected by the cold?
I have cold resistance of that. So if it's damage, I'll take half, but I have cold resistance.
Okay.
So normal cold doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So as you teleport next to her, even though you are inside, it is freezing, and you're in like a room that's wood and everything. You see that she is just laying in her bed. Let's get you a picture because technically you've already seen it. And she's literally skin exposed, sleeping comfortably. But you notice like it is just like the windows are iced up and everything. It is extremely cold in this area. You do not obviously see the dragon around. You're inside a building though.
Okay. Mood will go into her dream. Well, yeah.
Inside her dream, you recognize a figure that she seems to be having like a romantic dinner with.
Right.
She's dreaming about having a romantic dinner with a familiar mayor.
She likes him?
Maybe seems that way.
That's surprising. Mood will will use his natural persuasive talents and try to turn that into a consensual group thing.
As you use your abilities and whatnot, it's almost guaranteed to succeed, correct? With how that crazy you are.
It's like, yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
26 minimum.
They both see you and invite you over to join them for dinner.
Cool.
They are waiting for the main course to come, but they say it's going to be roasted boar with apples and cranberries and mashed potatoes and just almost like a 5-course dinner coming.
Sounds fun. I guess besides just putting on the moves, does she have any like, is her corruption blatant for, can I get some insight into how the corruption affects her?
Make an insight
Essentially,
check.
like,
It almost seems as she's not affected by the corruption. Like, at least not in her dream world.
okay. So the, okay. So her mind's not affected by corruption? Do I have any idea what that would mean, connecting it to the corruption itself?
No, it's actually
Like,
it's extremely odd that you don't sense the corruption while you're in her dreams.
okay. Like, am I like, so that's the weird thing, because normally if it was some like mind affecting effect, it should be affecting her dreams.
Correct.
Okay, so it's weird that it's not.
Yes.
Do I think that she's not corrupted, or do I think it's just some weird disconnect here?
You're unsure. You don't really have the sample size to try and come to that conclusion.
Okay.
So the
I'm
meals
going to
begin to start
continue.
coming out.
Mhm. His lovely boss.
Yeah. And you notice like she's just kind of staring at him and really transfixed with him.
How hot is he?
I would say he's probably about a 14. She's definitely got the looks though. She's an 18 charisma. He just seems to be your average Joe, hard worker, blue collar man.
No, no, no. That guy had a set of fake clothes in his wardrobe in his mansion when I went in there to investigate it and found his little diary of what was going on. And I put a clip in the heel of his boot on this guy. Plus, he had a whole little micro bag of holding of stuff he was stashing away for some quick getaway. Besides his little dirty journal, which I turned over to the guild. With some more information on him about how they can track him if he goes out in disguise. So now he's not your Joe. No, he's not Joe blue collar hardworking mayor. He's a politician. Don't sell him. Don't sell him clean. He's not. He's dirty.
You're in her dream, sir.
That's
I'm
true.
correcting the GM.
This is her vision of him.
Oh, that's different. So
What do you want to do, Hope?
I mean, it's still. We go through dinner. It's going to move into something more physical, and as it moves into something more physical, Hope's going to go grab Mare. I have to. Oh, what do I gotta grab the mare. It's got to make the mare. Make the mare a little cold. If I in the plant cocoon thing that I do, could I get that warm enough so that the mare wouldn't take cold damage and die?
Mm, probably not for this area. It's that cold. Yeah, I would say no. But it's weird though because even going around like the town, nobody is like in full furs or anything like that. They're all fine. They're content with how it is. No one seems cold. No one seems, it's like us walking around on a summer day out here. It's perfectly fine. And it's everyone, even like the children, the babies, the old people. No one seems to be affected by the cold.
Then I guess a little doorway is gonna. How soundly do I think the lady is sleeping?
One sec. Um, she has the build of a warrior, so you would think like trying to do anything, she's gonna be up and at him.
if I because I can move that around her. Okay, so I'm gonna move a demi-plane doorway. Like just around, like I'm gonna put it on like a rock, and then I'm gonna put the rock so that it's like it goes around her. Instead of moving her, I'm moving it.
Okay.
Just to get her into a space that's
Okay.
not cold, so that I can then teleport the mayor while he's sleeping over to here to mimic the dream actions with the in real life what's happening.
Okay. So they're in this demi-plane now?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like the floor is of the thing, because I didn't move her at all. But everything else is in the everything else is demi-plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
You notice that as she's in this now demi-plane area,
Oh.
her skin color begins to change. And how sensitive are you as far as like your perception goes?
Well,
Make a perception check for me. Oh yeah,
oh, that's-
you're able to sense that pretty much as she's laying here in this warmer area, she's dying.
Hmm.
She's literally like you can sense that her life is dropping each second.
Okay. All right.
Almost
So I'm
almost as though
gonna.
she needs the extreme cold to survive.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a weird.
So you
We're gonna.
just leave her
We're gonna.
there,
We're
and
yeah.
she's
We're
taken
good.
care of.
So the guy's gonna be in the demi-plane. But she's gonna be over there, and we're gonna do it through the doorway of said demi-plane. So she's still directly in the cold. He's not as bad, so it's just a little chilly for him. Yeah.
And her condition immediately improves.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have him in the demi-plane, her still in her area. They're both still sleeping. The
Plants are initiated.
What is
Mimicking
the,
whatever
what
they're
is the
doing in the
plan?
dream.
What's the plan right now? I'm confused.
We're having a three-way
This is
in the dream, and the plants are imitating that in real life, so that Mood still gets their egg.
Yeah. We'll say, long story short, Mood gets their egg.
Huzzah. Does the lady want her egg? Because the guy doesn't get an egg because he didn't technically get any.
In the dream, no, she would not want her egg.
Okay. Then I put the mare back and I teleport back. How long did that take-ish?
We'll say roughly 7 hours.
Okay. So Hope was gone 7 hours of what would have been sleeping time, but Hope would have been around the earlier part of the day.
and Barrow, I don't know if you are around long enough to know this. Mood is a giant swamp thing like plant creature.
Yeah.
Okay. So if he copulates with a earthly partner, a egg is formed, and that can hatch into a minion for Mood.
I did not know that part. I was like, this is freaking weird right now.
We've been dealing with this since the beginning of the campaign, so we've
Oh
kind
my
of gotten
gosh.
used to it. But I was like, wait, I don't think you were around for that part. So
No,
yeah, so
I was not.
minions are able to be created if Mood finds a willing or semi-unwilling partner to copulate with in the real world, and that has
Mm.
resulted in a few interesting
Interaction.
companions. Well, yeah, interactions and companions for us
Apparently,
that at
Hope
some
is
point.
just as horny as Mood.
Well, they're fragments and fractures. I believe, if it was described correctly, they are facets, if you will, of
Well,
the same whole that was
Hope wasn't
fractured apart.
Hope wasn't doing anything. Kinda. She was just kind of.
Hope was teleporting people back and forth, and
Yeah.
Hope was creating demiplanes.
Yes.
So
Well,
Hope
no,
was assisting.
yes.
The
Hope
Mood-
was assisting Mood.
Hope was a
The mood's
voyeur.
like a weed.
Yeah.
Mood is
helping.
helping.
Hope was assisting Mood in this circumstance. Very
So Hope is a voyeur.
important. Yes. Hope is helping out Mood.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hope is helping out Mood, or at least to
I
facilitate.
don't know if I want to meet. I don't know that I can handle meeting a third facet of whatever created Mood and Hope. The channel may not survive meeting a third facet of whatever created Mood and Hope.
We've just started with Hope. Let's keep Hope for a bit.
Yes, we like Hope for a while. Okay, so how long does it take for your hatchling to arrive there, Mood? I forget. It's been a while.
Oh, they're all still eggs. We haven't seen any of them hatch yet.
All
Yeah, we
Maybe
got
two.
random people with eggs out in the other continent too.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
hatchlings
Uh,
unite.
Yeah. Beware. All right. Anything else we need to do prior to actually going into combat? Or I'm presuming that Hope relays this information about the Dragon Rider's dream and the odd effect of warmth versus cold on her.
Hope would relay that her corruption's strange. So that might be something to look into at a later date about the total corruption if we really didn't want to kill her.
Well, we're getting kind of close to the point where that decision's going to have to get made.
I know, like before we thought it was a non-starter, but now it might not be that clear cut.
Okay,
is what I'm saying. It might not be. It might actually not be that clear cut. I don't know if that changes anything, but it might actually not be that clear cut. And she's definitely has a problem with hot areas.
Okay, so Mel, you were going to say something.
Does Hope tell us that she seems to be affected by warmth?
Hope says that she seems to have a problem with warmth. Yes.
Okay.
And that the cold in the area was extreme cold, so we should figure out something.
Which is why Vigo asked for Ring of Warmth, because I believe our Dragon Rider, or excuse me, Drake Warden, had confirmed to us that white dragons like extremely cold environments and can be debilitating environmental impacts if one is not properly prepared for it. Because that's which is information we really need. So it's critical that we did receive that from our Drake Warden previously, which was really good. All right, so here's the question. Can we change the environment in the lair? Or can we move the Dragon Rider to a warmer environment and, I don't know, the obsidian dragon lair with the flowing lava? and just let the environment do her in? Or maybe out into the waste with the ash phoenixes?
Didn't that
And
area
let
like collapse?
no, well, the entrance that we walked into for the Obsidian Dragon's cavern, the entrance collapsed, or I think was full of erupting volcano that sealed off the entrance. But the cavern itself still exists. There's just no physical way in and out of it. But if we are teleporting, and since Hope knows exactly where it is, we should have zero problem, Vance, to get there safely, Vance. Um,
Poor Vance. This is his origin villain story.
anyway, so like I said, if we could move the Dragon Rider to a warmer environment, I mean, hell, take her out of her zone and stick her in Vluxfer for crying out loud. Let's just let her swelter in the summer heat on the beach and watch her fall apart and suffer. It
Or
should
we
make
could
her.
talk to her?
We could talk to her, and I mean, I don't know if either Mood or Hope or someone can create a little tiny, snowstorm that would sit right over the top of her in a five
And,
foot radius and create a little tiny cold zone for her to be comfortable in while we're chatting. But if
in,
she
all-
steps out of it, it's
in
110
all
degrees.
in all honesty, Albero's not going to talk to her. You're going to chop her freaking head off.
Well, okay, and there's a point at which you know what, and I'm patting him on the kneecap because it's about as high as I can reach up on your armor. There is a time and a place for exactly that big guy, and trainer of mine. But
The,
there is a time
the time
when
is now, and the
diplomacy.
place is wherever.
No, hold
Okay,
on. There
so
is
if
a
we
time and a
decide to
place for
talk to her,
diplomacy.
I swore an oath.
Barrow doesn't get to go.
So, well,
Just
kind of got to
saying.
bring him along, But
I swore an oath to enact vengeance and justice on everything they've done to everyone else. There's
right,
no
but
talking. There's no.
okay,
There's no. Oh, I'm sorry. I did. No. You'll pay for your crimes, no matter how sorry you are.
What
Sorry.
have they done?
well, hold on, Okay,
But if
well,
there's
other
a
than
way
enslaving
that
a
we can
region.
save a dragon,
Yeah, it's enslaving a
Mel's
region.
son will wanna
Exactly.
save a
They've
dragon.
Okay,
already
hold
said
on.
countless people.
Did they?
But now, hold on, time out, everybody. Hold on. Remind me, Albero, what deity do you follow?
Lindy's.
Lindy's, okay. And Lindy's is all about justice, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so now let me ask you, in the code of Lindy's,
Mhm.
is there any more fitting justice than having a sinner repent and then spend the rest of their lives setting right all the wrongs that they committed so that every day is a day of penance in which they work and toil, and all their work and toil is set toward correcting the wrongs and the harms they've done? Is there any more fitting justice than that Lindy's could mete out? Because if you
I'm
just
listening.
chop off a head, that they never repented, the harm is still there and no effort is put forth. But by making them work every single day to correct the harm they've done, to better the lives of those that they may have negatively impacted, is there no better way for Lindy's to show justice and fairness? Because death is quick and done.
Fairness isn't part of it.
But
It's
I
the
mean, but again,
scale.
okay, but death is quick and done, and the harm still remains. So, for example,
I'd have
if
to talk with
someone,
him. I feel like the rider might be spared, but the dragon's got to die.
well, and again, hold on. So we'll talk about that separately. Let me get through the rider portion here. Let's say, for example, that the rider had spent the last few years throwing trash and debris into farmers' fields. Would it not be just to sentence her to go through all those farmers' fields and collect every bit of trash that she threw and tend to the fields to make sure that the crops were not negatively impacted and were raised healthy so
So,
that the farmers' lives were then made better
so,
because of her sweat and toil?
So that's not quite what Lindy's is all about.
I'm
Lindy's
trying to find
ensured
justice
those
here.
Lindy's who ensured those who did evil acts were rewarded with evil, and those who did good received good. He does not say that people can come back and pay debts. There is no debt. If you do evil things, you get evil in return.
So eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
He had no mercy in his soul nor forgiveness, and gave no second chances.
It's not really a second chance.
It is a
I mean,
second chance.
No, it's not a second chance. This is
So,
not a
she
second.
can correct all the wrongs, and then I can chop her head off.
Well, no, but she'll spend the rest of her life righting all these wrongs.
But she gets to live while she took lives.
I can't tell you that she took lives, but think of the lives that will be, the new lives that will be brought in to replace the lives that were lost.
That's not
And
quite
she
what
has-
Lindy's is about.
But she has to suffer every day through work and toil.
Do we know she killed people? Because we know that she enslaved an area. So
I'm pretty sure that slaves die in the extreme cold, working to the bone.
Well, then,
so wouldn't
make her
wouldn't
the heat.
yeah, exactly. Well, wouldn't
Her-
It wasn't affecting them.
But hold on. If
I'm just telling you what my God is. I'm just telling you what my God is about, and
I
that's what he's
understand,
about.
right? And I'm trying to work with you through this belief system here. But so if she enslaved, let's say, a village, and created a cold environment in which the villagers were not really able to survive well, and so they suffered in the cold, they suffered in the environment. Would it not be fair and just to put her into an environment that she is suffering in and allow her to feel the suffering that she caused others?
Possibly.
Okay,
You have to understand that Albero was sent through hell by Aiden and his followers.
Right.
They killed his mother.
Okay.
And then sent him on a never-ending blinking journey through dimensions. Some good, some brutally painful.
Understood.
He doesn't have much mercy in his soul either for the people he's about.
Okay.
And that's why that's why he gravitated to Lendy's and his cause.
Okay, I hear you on that one. So let's get to this question. If Aiden and his followers made a conscious decision to send Albero on this unwilling teleporting journey through all the different planes and suffer as you did, you would want to penalize and seek justice against those who made a conscious decision of their own free will. Is that correct? What I'm getting at is we are, based on what Hope is telling us and Mood, we're understanding that it appears this white dragon rider, this Goliath, may be under some sort of enchantment where she is not in control of her own decisions. She herself is being controlled.
Like I said, the dragon rider might be able to get away with it, but the dragon will not.
And you know, again, we can discuss that later. I'm just trying to work on the dragon rider right now. But if
I would have
the
to talk
dragon
to
rider
Wendy's and see
is
what he
under a
wanted me to
compulsion,
do.
perfectly fine, happy to let you do that. But if the dragon rider is not able to make a free will decision and has been forced to impact people in this region negatively against her own free will, you know, is it really her choice that has caused all these? Or is it who's ever controlling her that's caused all these?
Yeah, that becomes a sticky situation because anyone that I have at the end of my sword that's about to get their head chopped off is going to say that it wasn't their fault.
Well, but again, we can prove
every
this.
thief does. Most murderers.
Hey. Let's not point sharp swords at professionals. My profession was not brought into this, and I will tell you, every time I've done it, it's been my own free will, and I fess up to that.
I swore an oath of vengeance.
And I haven't done anything bad
that
to
has
you.
no mercy.
and that's fine, but I'm just saying, but we know for a fact, Hope will tell you from her witness that the Dragon Rider acted differently and did
How
not seem
about
to be under the compulsion while in her dream. So therefore, the compulsion is something she is not in control of, but in her own mind, she is free. So therefore, we can say she is being controlled in some way, shape, or form. So this is, if she says, "Oh no, I was under compulsion," she's not lying to us.
The only
No.
thing I can promise you is that I will pray to my God when I am in front of her, and he will be the judge, jury, and I will be the executioner if need be.
Okay. Could you by chance go have that conversation now?
If I can get in front of him, yes. He's hard to
I,
find, and Mood. I don't know if Mood can take me there. I'm not sure. I think I can't remember.
You
He
want to be
kind
in
of
front
stayed
of
away from that
Andes?
whole situation the last time we were there.
You want to be in front of Andes? He's a big. All the guys are big beacons. You want to
If
be
he
in front
can
of him?
zip zap me out of there, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to find your own way back because I'm not going anywhere near that yet.
I'm sure he can help me out somehow.
Okay. Is in front of Andes, whatever he's doing.
You didn't go with him?
Oh God, no.
Okay. So, Barrow, as you're having this conversation, yeah, I would go talk to Andes. You blink, and you are suddenly in this great hall there are close to 20 massive dragons in this area. And
Oh man.
and you look up and you see Andes in front of you, and he's like, "How did you get here, little one?"
A for lack of a better word, coworker has sent me here to talk to you. As you are the judge and jury of those who are in need of justice, I would like to ask you a question. Oh Lord.
Speak.
The riders on the material plane, we have enacted justice on many of them. We have run into a circumstance of which I need your counsel and wisdom.
What's your passive perception?
Not the best. Let's see here. Open up my old card here. It is 10.
Okay. Yeah, you're oblivious to what's going around you. Okay. All right, keep going.
One of the riders seems to be under the spell of a so-called Aiden, the ringleader of the wicked dragons causing destruction on the material plane.
You do notice that he has like a little snarl in his lip now at the mention of Aiden's name.
He seems to have put some of his riders under a spell. Some act willingly, some may be influenced by an outside power. As you know, he is quite powerful. My party is asking me not if the rider can be spared with her life, but if she can pay off or have the same fate as the ones she has caused misery to. I told them that there is no mercy, that if I saw her, I would have her head. I would like to know what your judgment would be on her. I will enact anything that you say, whether or not my party gives me permission.
Mr. DM, do you want us to hear this answer, or did you want to sidebar this?
You know what?
so the
I
party
haven't done that
doesn't
in a
know.
hot minute. That's a good idea.
So hate to throw.
Okay.
He says to you, "Do you trust them?"
More than not. Yes.
Would they give sound judgment on those who have wronged other people?
Yes, I believe we share the same cause.
He gives you a look of amusement almost. He goes, "If you can determine she has not caused suffering in her region with her servants, peasants, whatever they may be, then keep her alive. She may be of use to you. However,
And
if she has caused suffering with even one person, kill her and bring me her head."
it will be done. And what of the dragon?
If they can be reasoned with, bring them to me. I can persuade them.
Yes, my lord. I will do as you say.
Now, you do not belong here in the realm of the dragon gods, and you must leave. And
I apologize
you
for my
blink and you're
intrusion.
gone. Like, you didn't even get a chance to
In the
finish
middle
your...
of my
Yes.
sentence.
So,
And aren't the
as...
dragons under the influence also?
Hold on.
All you
Hold on.
hear come out of Albero's lips when he comes back. I apologize for my for my intrusion.
Does any gold glitter or anything fall off him that's different than normal?
No, but anybody... Silas, you instantly notice that something is, like, different about Albero, almost as though he's, like, shaken, but he almost doesn't realize it himself. Like, he was in the presence of divinity, because you can sense this.
I've been there twice.
I mean, I look at him and be like, first time, huh? As I go back to the rest of the groups.
Like,
So,
more than
what's our plan
one.
now?
Like, more than one, Silas.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
There were a lot of big dragons there. It was quite a sight.
So now you know
I
what
mean,
it's like. It's like to be my size in a room.
Little one, you have way more stature than I had in there.
Silas.
no, I agree. Just, I'm happy you're back. I'm sure when the time comes, you'll let us know what your decision is.
I'll have to think on it. But for now, I have been told what I need to do.
Okay. 25 gold piece question. Can you share that with us?
At the moment, no. The time will be right. The time will come where I need to make a decision.
Okay, and you're comfortable with this, having spoken to your deity.
Yes, he is very wise and has an understanding, more than you know.
I found that to be the case with all the deities that I've met. I wink at Silas because he knows I'm talking to Madame. Okay, well that ends this discussion. So we are going in to fight, or we go. So what's the opening move? Are we fighting? Or are we talking when we first walk in?
I got one quick thing I want to do before
We
go.
we can
Okay.
discuss with the rider and the dragon if the dragon's there.
Okay, so talking. So the initial move is
Are we
talk.
transporting them somewhere else though?
So let's hang on. Let's hold that thought for a second, Mel. Hope you had something to do.
Yeah, I want to go get some brown mold and put it in a demiplane.
Some brown mold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got me on that one.
You know what? Do you know what brown mold does? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want to go get some brown mold and put it in a demiplane.
Okay. I'm starting to be concerned because I know what it does.
It makes cold. It should be kind of yeah. It makes cold. Albero had a choice, right? So I'm trying to like, if it, depending on which way the choice goes, there's two options, right? Where there's the option A is death, option B is not death. So if we have option B, you gotta have something to do with it, right? And
Oh,
I couldn't put her in a normal demiplane, but a demiplane full of brown mold, though.
one sec. My computer just gets out here. Why? I think Roll20 was like, "Hey, fuck you. We're minimizing." Okay, we're good.
Yeah, so after quickly do that, I'm all set.
Alrighty. All right. So you have your brown mold. It's in the demiplane. Oh, right. All right.
Yeah.
How are you getting to where she was? Like, just teleported exactly where you were?
I'm gonna ask him, where do you want to be? Where do we want to be? Do you want to be in
Okay,
the
did you,
town?
when you were in
Or
the dream world, did you happen to see an entrance to the cavern? Can we do this kind of like we did with the obsidian dragon, where we arrived at an entrance and then moved in from there? Because none of the rest of us have seen the lair or wherever this dragon and rider happened to be.
saw a bedroom. I didn't see the dragon. I didn't really terribly look around. I got to look outside, and there was a bunch of people walking around in the middle of the night
You could tell that you're in the middle of a town.
without clothes, without heavy clothes for what the weather was, which was very cold. So it was the at least she slept in the middle of the town. I don't know if that's where the dragon slept. I didn't see the dragon.
Okay. So, but you don't actually know what the lair, cavern, or location looks like. So, if we're teleporting there, where are we going to wind up at? Because if we are to go off the information that Melisande, the beautiful, um, has provided to us from her dragon knowledge, we don't necessarily want to be spending a lot of time outside the dragon's lair because it's probably going to be a blizzard.
I don't think at least temperature wise, I don't think inside versus outside is going to matter much.
Okay. So, but again, like I said, we don't know where the lair specifically is. Right.
You want me to find it?
Well, yeah, that like I said, with the obsidian dragon, we kind of knew that if we land in this passageway, we're around the corner from the entrance that walks into the lair room itself. Can we do something like that with this white dragon? Because landing in the middle of a blizzard and then stomping around for a while is not my idea of a good time.
Yeah, I can probably find it if you want me to.
Yes, if you can do that, though, I think it'll be helpful. So we're landing at the lair, and then we can commence talking first, which I think is the plan.
Okay. Um, Has anyone in the town seen or been in the lair?
I would say no.
Okay. How does the lady go from where she was to the dragon? You said she was in the middle of town, right?
Yeah, she was in
Like
a room in the
in
middle
a
of town.
town. So she gets up. She gets up, probably. Uh, she exits that building,
Mhm.
probably. Does she like leave town and then
Not
go
usually.
about like? Okay. Has the townspeople seen a dragon?
No.
Okay, that's interesting. I'll go back to I go to the party. I'll be like, I need to wait till she goes to sleep again if I really want to. I mean, does she normally sleep there?
Yes.
We can go talk to her right there. I don't know where the dragon is. We would have to wait till the nighttime for me to find out where the dragon is.
Well, if talking's an option, I'm okay with talking first. Um, and if we have to go from talking to fighting, then okay, we do that too.
It depends
So,
on her answers.
I could
like I
pop
said,
you.
we're going to start with talking, but the option to go to fighting is always on the table if she does not want to keep talking.
I can pop the group outside of that building. Then you can knock and you could probably have the conversation. That's a good idea.
Sure, I'm okay with that. Silas, what do you think?
You are muted.
I mean, I'm. It just took a second. I'm all for talking and seeing what we can get from this person. But if they do anything abrupt, I'll make sure nothing were to happen to anybody. Um, how far are we going to be again from the entrance?
We are gonna be.
We don't know.
We don't know where the dragon's lair is. We're in front of where she sleeps. We don't know where the dragon is.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Um, if we knew where the dragon was, I would feel more comfortable. But I'll follow the lead of everyone else.
Okay. And Mel, how do you feel about this?
I'm always up for talking and trying to save the dragons and their riders.
Okay, so initial focus is saving the rider, if we can. The dragon's going to be a different challenge. So
Melissa understands that and is frustrated by it, but goes along with it.
The judgment of the dragon has not been decided at this moment.
okay, good to know that. Looks like our DM has stepped away from the table for a moment. So if there's any last minute preps any of us want to discuss or whatever.
Does everyone have something to combat the unusual cold or like very cold weather?
I have protection from energy, gives me resistance to cold.
Can you keep that on the whole time you exist in this area?
Up to 1 hour.
In the concentration?
It is concentration.
Do you want to be concentrating on it?
It depends on what's going to happen.
Do I think
Uh,
cold weather gear could stop the negatives of how cold that place was?
Stop? Probably not. Help reduce? Yes.
Vigo will seek out cold weather here.
Didn't Melisandre's bow acquire something our last fight?
I should be on your bow.
I'm looking and I don't see it. All I see is it's got elemental damage of whatever, but I'm not seeing anything else.
Right, you got more elemental damage from killing one of the dragons.
You got that ability for the
What
obsidian.
ability?
Obsidian target must be make a saving throw, blah, 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 blah.
Where?
So if you click the Melisand's gift in the inventory on the right-hand side with all the items,
Right.
you have the this ability.
Yeah, that's not in the. That's not in it.
Yeah, it's something you're gonna have to manually do.
Oh, okay. I'm so used to you going in there and doing it, so I'll do it.
I thought I did add that in. It's the problem is it's getting so much that there's only so much you can add into it. Oh yeah, it's on there. Click your bow,
Mm.
like you're doing an attack.
Well, that's different than looking at the description.
Well, there's your ability right there in the middle.
Right, but if I'm trying to prep and look up things, that's
Oh, then
different.
yeah,
I don't
you
see
want
it.
to do the inventory thing on the right there.
Since I was trying to remember if it had.
Like you could copy paste what it does into your bio, like in your character backstory, something like that.
I was just gonna put the other thing, but okay. I was just trying to figure out if I had anything. Anyways, okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. DM, did you hear the statement that Vigo is seeking out cold weather gear?
Yes, I was waiting to see if anybody else was doing it as well.
Okay.
You would be able to
Mel's
find a full set, for roughly 20 gold pieces. It's just basic cold weather gear. It won't fully eliminate it, but it'll make it so it's not as harsh.
Okay. And I'll be nice and actually
I
pay
will
real
also
gold this
take some
time.
cold weather gear.
What was that?
I said I was also taking real cold weather gear. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I will as well.
You should be okay.
Does if I have Cora as fire, does that help me stay warm then?
Other way, having Korra as cold will give you cold resistance, right? You
Yes.
share the
Oh, that's right. We
resistance
were
with
gonna do
the
it.
dragon.
Okay, I forgot. Yes.
And yeah, so when you have cold resistance, you get to ignore
Yeah.
like regular cold things.
Mhm.
Okay.
Alvaro, did you need the 20 gold loaned from Vigo?
No, I have that.
Okay. Silas, you good?
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually with extreme cold, it's every hour you have to make a roll to see if you become exhausted. With how cold this area is, it would be every half an hour. With the gear, it changes it to every hour for you guys.
So
Yeah.
should
And
I
if,
get
and
gear
if you have
also?
like uh, a spell up, like I was gonna put up protection from energy, gives you resistance to cold damage.
Mhm.
What would that extend to?
That
Does
would
it
be the
just give
same
me a
as that would
resistance
be
on
the
a
same as
roll?
the gear, yes.
So
If it has both, if you stack them.
if I have both, if I stack them.
I'll say it would be every 2 hours.
Okay.
So, like for example, if Mel does Cora cold and the gear, it would be every 2 hours instead of every hour for the roll.
Okay. Ooh, it's real
Okay,
cold
so
there.
then I'll get gear
Yes,
also.
it is extremely cold.
So Vigo walks in with a set of cold gear for Mel because Vigo always looks after her and takes care of her.
How much is it?
Nothing. Vigo got it for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Vigo.
You're very welcome.
So are we ready?
Yeah, why not?
We're sure we want to just pop in there and we think that she's gonna talk?
She
Well,
has no
I'm
choice.
Well, we're popping outside of her house and we're gonna knock. I assume is what you guys wanted to be.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Poof.
All right, so you pop out and you're outside of a large building. So you pop outside of building number 10. And it's going on a little after noon at this point. There's people busy in the streets and whatnot, going from here to there. Nobody is wearing full furs or anything of the sort, so you all look very out of place. And the cold, even with the gear on and any protections you might have, it is cold, like
Is that is
biting.
everyone a Goliath?
No, you see humans, gnomes, dwarves, couple Goliaths.
They're being protected from it, sounds like.
Must be.
Everyone, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
No.
Yeah, I see nothing.
We don't have characters on the screen. So I have to click on my thing.
Silas, natural one is
Oh,
still at
Silas.
16.
Oh, Silas.
Oh man. So everyone except for Albero and Silas, you notice that these people are happy. Like, you've been to other towns that were taken over by the dragon slavers, and they're miserable, fearful. They're genuinely happy. Um, Looking at the building kind of to the southwest of where you guys are currently, you see many people going into it. And you could tell just by looking at it, it's a sort of church. Um, but you don't see the symbology of Bane on it.
Okay.
What symbol do we see? Do we see any symbol?
You don't see any symbol at all.
Hope's gonna go take a look.
Yeah. So moving over to the building, you see people are just going in, sitting at pews, praying. There's like almost like a little confessional thing off to the side. Um, Seems pretty odd compared to what you guys are used to seeing in these areas.
Any symbolism anywhere? While I'm inside.
Nothing for any one deity or the other.
Can I like feel where these prayers are going?
Make a religion check for me. You don't know yet, Melisande.
Not
Yeah,
great.
you have no idea where these prayers are going. You just know that they are spreading out. Doesn't seem to be going to any one particular place.
I'll ask somebody. I'll be like, "Hi."
Hello, you are odd. Welcome. Welcome to Ortha. What can we do for you?
This church is quite quaint.
Ah, yes, it is. We love it.
Who is worshipped here?
Whoever you wish to worship. Would you like to worship Oinus, the god of coin?
Ego
Or
perches ears up.
or what about Madame, the goddess of death?
One
Or
down.
maybe Bahamut? Who would
The
you like?
banshee.
Who would you like to worship?
Hope almost has to hold back puking. Uh, uh, yeah. It's lovely. I do love a open church like this.
Yeah. Our caretaker demands it so that we are free to choose.
Who is your caretaker?
Ceza.
Does your caretaker live in the house behind us?
She does. Have you met her? She's wonderful.
No, I would very much like to meet her. Do you know where she is?
He kind of looks at the sun. He's like, she's probably at the tavern right now.
Can you point me in the direction, please?
And he'll point you kind of north of town.
Albero starts walking that direction.
Is there snow on the ground? Is it thick snow? Is it just a thin layer? Is it,
There's
you know,
there's snow on the ground. It's a light
Albero's
layer. It's
Albero's knees versus Vigo's chest?
no, like
You know.
there's pathways through the town, so like Vigo wouldn't be halfway in the snow. But like any yard or whatever the case may be, there's definitely some degree of snow in those spots.
Make sure I follow in whatever path is opened, or if Albero plows through something, I'll just follow in his wake.
Yeah, no, if Albero keeps the streets, there's no path to plow.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm keeping to the streets.
Okay. Coming, my lady.
What what does Albero's walk indicate? Is he walking with a purpose, or is he walking more
He's walking with a
intensely than
purpose. He's
normal?
walking with a purpose. He's not in a rush. But he is
Okay.
walking kind of with a single focus in mind. You don't see him looking around in any other direction, if that's what you're asking. He's looking at the tavern, and that's or where the tavern would be, and he's going there.
I want to stop and be like, hold on, I have one more question before we go to the tavern. How? Well, a few more questions to be quite frank. How long has you been under the rule of this person?
For as long as I can remember.
And
Don't
you
don't.
guys
She doesn't
are
look it, but she's
seem
quite
that
old.
has there been anything strange with since she became a dragon rider?
And she's been a
Or
dragon
has
rider
she
for as
always
long
been
as
a
I
dragon
know.
rider since you could remember?
Yes, for as long as I can remember.
Okay. I think I'm gonna head cautiously to the tavern as well now. Try to get caught back up with the group.
Is the tavern the big building in
I'm
the middle?
Nope. As you
Ooh, yeah.
pass that building, it says communal lodging on it.
It's building 16.
Yep, that's communal lodging. Um, you see a sign outside
Which
of building 4 that says, the Winter Maple. Seems to be a restaurant. Wonderful smells are coming from out of there. Um, as you continue, building number 2 is a tavern, by the way. As you pass by number 3, it is a bookstore that says Great Expectations, spelled completely wrong. And you get to the tavern that is called the Tavern.
Solid.
is that big building the was that where she was sleeping?
No, she was sleeping in her house because that's where you guys teleported out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 16 is the hostel, and Vigo's seen too many um, uh, plays enacted by the Punch and Judy characters about terrible things that happen to people who travel through hostels. So he'll stay away from building 16. Okay, so we're going to the tavern named the Tavern. I mean, I like the bookstore name. That was funny.
Yeah. Albero is going to enter the tavern.
Mhm.
Do we know what the rider looks like? I guess we do. You showed us a picture, but do we know?
If mood or Hope gave you a description, then you would.
Did they?
Female Goliath.
Female
Start,
Goliath.
start with that.
As you enter, there's a bunch of people in here. They're singing, they're drinking, they're having a good time. Um, and you see this larger than everybody else, beautiful looking female Goliath, holding up tabards, just armor on people, dancing, singing. And you see this cute little white, almost like a bird on her shoulder.
Uh-oh.
And she looks at you guys and goes, "Friends, come in, drink, have some ale. First round's on me."
Is the bird the dragon?
Probably.
Vigo looks at Mel.
Well, the true sight is the bird the
Yes,
dragon.
the bird is the dragon.
Okay, Melisande points out that that's the dragon.
Do you know that's the dragon?
I feel like I do. Do I know that's the dragon?
I would say you would get a sense from it with how into dragons you are.
With the other two dragon riders, now that I can see her awake and the dragon there. The other dragon riders, did they have visible signs of corruption besides just how they acted, or were we just kind of going off of like, we were pretty sure they were corrupted because of the stories we had heard from the from our higher ups, and it was just like their personality changed completely.
So far, only not Iandus. Iandus has been the only one that's really been as described.
A better question. Did anything besides personality change happen when we cured our ally now, Dragon Rider and Dragon? Did anything like visibly change there besides like I'm thinking like, did anything of that change besides like mood, like
No.
their attitudes and mood? So it's like it's completely like we know something changed when we did that stuff, but there was no like
there was no
detectable,
discernible or
discernible or visible change in magic or otherwise, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, Hope, you've been part of. I guess, is Hope with us or is Mood with us?
Hope is there.
Hope is there. Okay.
Does the writer recognize Hope?
That's
No,
the next question.
she has no idea what Hope looks like. Know what Mood looks like. Definitely know what Moods look like.
Okay.
No
That's why I asked
idea
the
what Hope
question.
looks like. No idea
So
what
I
Hope
asked the
looks like.
question.
So a server comes over and hands everybody a glass of ale.
Barrow is going to refuse because he doesn't drink or eat. He is going to walk over to the Goliath, though.
He says, "Oh, do you care for a dance?"
Not particularly at this moment.
Then what can I do for you, friend?
I would like a conversation.
Oh, well, it's drinking time now. You're going to have to wait a couple hours.
Quite uncomfortable here for me. I see that everybody else is quite comfortable in this environment.
Unfortunately, we all are.
And why is that?
Oh, sorry.
Because we are cursed to live here.
Cursed to live here. Who
Yes.
cursed you?
The whole room, as you ask that question, just goes silent. And she says,
Touchy subject, I see.
If you don't know that, friend, then you'd best run while you can so you can be safe. There's nowhere his grasp cannot reach.
Hmm. See, I don't like to run. I only run towards things, not away. I came to speak with you specifically. My name is Albero.
Well, welcome to Orthalo Barrow. I am Ceza. What can I do for you? Now that you have sullied the mood of our lunch break.
My apologies.
You don't seem so sorry. But what can I do for you anyways?
Oh, I am. I mean no harm. But I do need to know a couple of things from you. Perhaps an audience in private.
Anything you want to say to me, you can say in front of all of my friends.
What is your position here?
I am the leader. I am
The
the leader of
leader.
this quaint little town in this region of unending cold.
And how did you become the leader?
When I bonded with my friend here, and she pats the bird on her shoulder, I was given this position willingly or unwillingly. So I make the best of it.
Well, which one was it? Willingly or unwillingly?
I have no choice in what I do. I am here because I have been cursed.
Hmm. I've been cursed myself at some point.
Well, then you know that it is no fun to have to do stuff you don't want to do. Luckily for me, it's
Yes.
just where I live.
Who is the outside influence?
Once
That
again, if you do not know that, you are in over your head, friend.
I believe I do know that.
Be careful mentioning the name this close to the heart.
Thank you for the warning. But I do not fear him. In fact, I'm looking for him.
Well, if you wish, I could summon him for you.
Yes.
Why not? I'd love to see him face to face.
Everybody in the tavern
Um,
runs. They all scoot out of that
Oh.
tavern, head to wherever they're going, and now it's just you and her and the party.
Ah, so we could get a moment of privacy.
Yes, not because it's needed, though. You do not know what you ask, friend.
Oh, I have met him. I've
I
thought
haven't.
about the day when I get to meet him again. Shall I say his name?
If you try to bring him here, you will bring doom upon all of us, your friends included. I have done a very tough job the last 200 years making sure nothing befalls my subjects. I would not be so keen for that to change today.
I'm not here, as much as you may or may not believe me, to damage you or any of the fine people in this town. I feel like you have no ill will towards me. But,
Then speak no more of the subject, if you truly
oh,
mean what you say.
it needs to be discussed. I am sent here by a higher power, a power that I do not reign against.
So you would let your
I'm
zealotry kill us all?
not zealotry,
No?
justice.
What's the difference?
The difference is justice is enacted upon those who it is deserving upon.
And who
I
decides who
do not,
deserves it?
like I said, higher powers than myself, the ones who have been enacted by gods themselves to hold that position.
How is what that god chooses any different from what a different god chooses? Bane is a god, is he not? What if he chooses that you have been deserving of justice. What
We
then?
should just let all gods run wild then, shall we?
No, we should keep
They
the
do
gods
what
out
they
of
will.
this. We should keep the gods out of
I
petty mortal squabble.
Hmm.
I disagree. We are God's playthings. Well, first, hi, my name is Silas, by the way.
Nice to
I
meet you,
I
Silas. I
worship
am
Madame.
Ceza. Someone with
Um,
manners. I appreciate
and so the the thing is, we are here on a mission, and right now you are kind of in the way, and we would like to make sure that either you take care of your people or you take care of your own needs. Which is it you wish to do?
that. I wish to take care of my people. I would leave this godforsaken realm with all of them if I could.
We could. I look over um at Hope. I mean, technically, you could leave this realm if you wanted to, if we got the right place.
If I leave, I die.
Are you tied to the place or are you tied to the cold?
I'm tied to this place because of the cold.
And how would this curse be
Oh, is
broken?
there?
The source would need to be taken care of.
Hmm.
And I think we all know where the source is. Okay.
Well, but okay. Ask her to confirm.
No, because if we say where the source is, we are also going to be cursed. From what I
Well,
can tell.
No,
not that we'll be
okay.
cursed, we'll doom this town to be destroyed, I think.
Well, hang on a second. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt your ladyship. I'm Vigo. I misunderstood the statement you made earlier. You are cursed by someone we're not going to name, because we don't want to summon him here and cause harm to you or your people. But you are cursed to stay here in the cold. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
And if we can break the power of the curse, then you and all your people would be freed of that. Is it the do we need to break the power that causes the cold, or do we need to break the curse itself? Which is it? I, I'm not a I don't weave magic spells, so I don't understand how this works. Did I go silent, or am I missing
No.
a word?
No,
Give me-
you're here.
I have multiple
Okay,
things going on right now. Give me 1 second.
no problem. I can repeat my question later.
We're on the precipice of like the barrel of gunpowder going off. I feel like that's the feeling I'm getting.
So what was your question again, Vito? Sorry, I had to respond to a whisper.
That's fine. My question, your mayorship, your lordship, ladyship, is
Please, just Ceza.
Lady Ceza. You are cursed
Yes.
to remain here in the cold.
Correct.
So we would have to break the power of the power that controls the curse, or we need to break the power that makes this area cold.
The power that controls it.
With the area or the curse. So that the cold temperature, or we
No,
need to break the
you need to
curse.
break the curse itself.
I see. Okay. And then if that were to occur, if the curse were broken, are you the only one cursed, or all the people are cursed as well?
All of us are cursed to remain here.
Does
I
that
see. Okay.
include your friend on your shoulder?
Yes, and she scratches his neck.
I see. Okay. And so again, I'm just trying to understand because again, I don't understand the weaving of magics. Um, the if your curse were lifted, would you need to go to another cold location, or do you think you would be able to live in a more temperate, warmer climate that maybe more people might be around, where you could enjoy and I'd like to try to describe the festival in the town with the mayor, and kind of drop a hint that we know that there's some connection between them without actually naming names because we're not naming names here.
As
Is
you
that is
as you
that
mention it, she kind of gets like a forlorn look on her face. She goes, "I would love nothing more than to be able to stay there, but last time I did, it
because
almost
of
killed me."
I see because of the curse you have to stay in a cold environment now, but if the curse should be broken, you might find yourself willing to move to a more temperate climate and maybe join those you miss and long for your own reasons.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Well, it seems to be the dream of many people when their hearts are touched in that way. Um, so look at Albero and kind of go, can we give this one a pass?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
Your town here,
Mhm.
and this curse you're under, have you ever been controlled by the curse to do any evil deeds?
No, it just makes me stay here. I am free to do with my area as I wish. This is the only town, city, settlement, whatever you may say, in this area, and I have never harmed my subjects.
And those around the area?
No, I stay within my area. I went to visit a friend once.
So what is your purpose for the one who has cursed you?
I control this. I control this area, and I keep it safe from invaders.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like beating around the bush. I have come here to judge you and your friend. And my judgment is fair, as well as my God, whether you may think him to have authority or not. I wonder, though, why you've been cursed, and what makes you different than the other riders we have encountered. Because as you know, we know you're a rider.
She doesn't
This
seem surprised that you know.
this doesn't quite add up in my eyes that you've been locked in an area for no purpose at all, especially by one as cunning as the one has cursed you. Are you his enemy, and he just wished to lock you down? Because if so, I can sympathize.
I wish to be free
But
of my curse and live my life as I please.
and what landed you this curse?
She looks at the bird on her shoulder. Bonding landed me this curse. All those who bond are required to swear fealty in some way, shape, or form.
Did you bond? Did your friend save you, or did you save your friend?
We saved each other.
Is she new?
Been
Uh,
here 200 years.
she's mentioned she's been here for 200 years.
Well, no, I mean, is she new to the Dragon Riders?
200 years. She's been a writer for 200 years at this point.
Is that the original that overthrew during the
No,
thingy?
No,
Okay, so she's
she's of the new riders. I
she's
guess you
of the
could say.
new. Okay, so she's saying uh she wanted to bond with this dragon, and either it is or she thinks that it is the only way to bond with the dragon was to go through the guy's whole thing.
So she will end up explaining to you that she was brought in front of a white egg, and the egg hatched for her, and then it created the bond between the two of them. And as such, she was forced to swear fealty to Aiden, and since it was a white dragon, he cursed both of them to have to be in this area and have to stay in the cold. She's able to make some trips out, and she has, but for the most part, she stays here because it's safer for her.
Did she actually use the
Right.
name?
No, she won't use the actual name.
Okay.
Can I?
I'm still looking at Hope and looking like it's not. If we say the name, we don't summon him, right? Is that what you're trying to prove?
No, we don't want to.
Because I
We're
think
not. Vigo's nervous of tempting fate by doing that.
I mean, I've already
Okay.
said it like 6 times, so I mean,
Very
it's
close.
getting
I
a
said
very
I
good for-
very close. I said 5.
Oh, there you go.
I meant to whisper that, and I forgot to whisper.
No, it's not like a switch. I mean, someone said don't say someone's name, otherwise something would happen. It was too tasty to not try.
What are the
Um,
terms of your bondage to this
I must
evil?
defend him from any perceived threats. Luckily, I do not perceive you as a threat. Please don't take that as an insult. It is so I don't have to force my hand. Believe it or not,
We're
despite
just
this,
that's
and
the
you,
only
and this
answer
is the
that
first time you see this massive sword really on her back. She's like, despite what my sword looks like, I do not condone violence.
Standing next to her, how big am I compared to her?
You guys are roughly the same height.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in the Discord a
Mm.
picture of her weapon because I think it's cool.
Sure. I was going to say we haven't said or made any threatening moves. We're having a polite conversation, which has not in any way threatened anybody. So there's no reason to perceive us as threats. This is
Would it be
just
perceived a threat if you were to give us inside information?
Does she have any more insider information than her son did? Than his son did?
She wouldn't have more than he had.
okay. That's fine.
does she know about the son? Do you know about what happened with um where is the there we go. Oh, with
Sitovan.
Citavan, by any chance?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Do you know what happened to Citavan?
No, nobody's told me anything. I'm kind of in my own little world up here.
Well, we were able to set him free. I don't think we'd be able to do the same for you. But if you're
Yet.
stuck here
Yet.
yet,
We may figure a way out in the future. Any lock can be picked. You just have to have the right tool. But I understand where you're going.
I look at the bird on her shoulder, and I go, and I'm being very intentional, like very focused on what this bird is gonna do. And I go, well, since you've told us so much, I'll let you know I'm here on behalf of Lindy's. And he's asked me to talk to you to see what your thoughts are on the matter. And if he would like to perhaps bargain with him or have a conversation on what your future beholds. I'm sure this would also help your rider. Does it make any reaction whatsoever?
Like, you see it cock its head at you, and then look at Ceza, and she nods her head, and you see the bird transform into a small, dog-sized drake on her shoulder. And he goes, I wish to stay with Ceza. If your god wants to talk, he can summon me when he wants.
I'll let him know. And my intentions are not to split you. I have to say I came here with some ill will, but after our conversation, my mind is swaying in the other direction. I too was cursed by the man in question, and I don't want to see your fate end up the same as mine. You've been at it much longer than I have. With that, I'll let Lendy's know your word. May I know your name?
Hold on, I need to remember it. Thelem is my name.
Can you type that in?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Okay,
And then
thanks.
her name is Ceza.
Well,
And he goes,
Thelem,
if your Lendys can get rid of this curse, I'd be indebted to him. However, it must be for everybody.
I see no reason why Lendy's would have ill judgment on the rest of the people in this town. And I, as his instrument, seem to be swayed, but don't give me any reason to go the other way. And I think Albero's just going to walk out of the tavern at that point.
You don't want to go see him now?
What's that?
You don't want to go see him now?
What? Aiden?
Lendy's.
No, no, I need to think.
I mean, it tickles me. It tickles me very pink to just throw a white dragon, the dragon rider, and a paladin at Lendy's.
I mean, I could. Actually, you know what? Yeah. But hold on. My friend here can gain us an audience with Lendy's right now. I don't believe your dragon rider is invited at the moment. Would you like to come with me? I promise. And I look back at the rest of the group. They won't hurt you, nor your rider. In fact, I was probably the most ill-willed coming here.
They'll look at each other, and you see like head movements and nods and whatnot. So you know they're having some kind of either just visual conversation or telepathic conversation. And she ultimately nods her head, and they bump heads together. He goes, very well.
Albro nods at Hope.
Okay, well, we gotta move him to Lendy's.
All right.
Here's the second.
After
second round.
after they leave, Seth goes, your friend is very intense.
Yeah.
He's like, does he know he's a zealot? It's very zealot behavior.
I mean, it might be the robot body. It's new.
Oh yeah, that might do it.
It might be the robot body. That's pretty new. And I don't think he's realized that I'm throwing him into basically like budging the line on a god of law is pretty funny to me.
Yeah, you seem like an interesting one. You don't look familiar, but you have this familiar sense about you. Almost like I've met you or something like that before. Weird.
I don't think you've
Oh,
ever met
please,
me
Vigo,
before.
say something.
Vigo posted a meme.
I gotta look at the meme channel.
Yeah, yeah.
He says, so I have to ask you though, how many times did you say his name?
You're gonna 5 out before I started getting dirty looks from Silas.
Silas did say it out loud, so
Okay, so 6.
that's not good.
6 total.
We will probably hear from him soon.
Solid. I mean, he is so hard to find. He doesn't sleep. Did you know he doesn't sleep?
I have a feeling a lot more of his riders will no longer be sleeping
A lot of them don't sleep.
as well.
A lot of them don't sleep.
And this is when we find out they have access to magic meth.
All right. So patrons begin to come back into the bar, and she says, "Well, let's have some drinks then. Now that your intense friend is gone," and picks back up, and y'all begin to drink.
Woo.
As you appear with a small white dragon on your shoulder in front of Iandis, he goes, "Back so soon, little one. And you have a whelpling with you." He's hiding his true form, though.
I kind of like nod him off my shoulder, like, "What are you doing on my shoulder?" You might want to show your true self.
It's not necessary. It's just amusing. How did you get him to come here?
Well, I told him the truth directly. I said that I do. After speaking to him and his rider, I believe they've been cursed as I have in the past. I don't think it's their intention, or nor have they done any harm. I told him that I would bring him here to you for judgment, and that you would have a conversation, one of which is well beyond my level.
Very well. And you poof out.
Oh, damn. I'm poofed out.
A barrel returns into the tavern without the white dragon with him.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
my hypothesis might be correct.
I look at the rider and I go, "I apologize. I did not mean to." Well, let me start that a different way, actually. Your friend is safe. He is talking to my god at the moment, striking up a bargain of some sorts. Most likely to help you. He'll get down to the facts of the matter. I apologize about my intensity. I'm not normally like this. He looks back
Yes,
at the
yes.
rest of the party.
Yes, he is.
But, I believe we can help you if I believe in my God the way that I do.
She says, "No time for talking. It's time for drinking. Until that bastard decides to show up."
Which bastard do you speak of?
Solid.
The one we're not naming.
Ah.
Well, most of us aren't naming. So, some of us have been naming names. Some of us are smart enough not to name names.
Oh God, Hope, what did you do?
It was under
Well,
people's breath, so I don't blame everything. So it was
Well,
a good hypothesis to test.
and we have no, like, if he shows up, I want to know where he is. Like,
If there was ever a time I wanted Vance to be around, now would be it, because if nothing else, he could distract for a minute. The rest of us could run away. And I'd be okay with that loss.
Poor Vance. You're so
I
mean.
feel like he would not do well in this weather. I just have that feeling.
I'm fine with that concept.
Why is
He really seems like a
everybody
summer
picking?
person.
It's like the Britney meme. Stop picking on Brit. Stop picking on Vance.
Is he not a summer person?
How warm is it inside this tavern? I mean, is it okay to are we not freezing in here to the point where we got to keep rolling exhaustion checks every hour?
Like, you don't have to roll exhaustion while you're in the buildings, so you're okay for the time being. But it's still freezing.
Do you have a drink that can warm me and my friends?
Oh, we have drinks, my friend.
Well, you don't drink.
I
Alvaro.
can
Do you
drink.
just-
I don't
I mean, do you
need.
just need
I
like
don't
a
need
campfire
drink.
to stand in to warm up?
I don't need to drink.
She
But I
yells,
can drink.
"Barkeep, we need some dragon's breath over here." And so the barkeep comes over. How many people want to drink this?
Alvaro does.
I'll give it a try.
Sure. Vigo will go for it.
All right, so he'll bring over 5 mugs. He's got 5 pieces of parchment, and it's a disclaimer on it, and it's a waiver that you have to sign in order to drink these drinks. Think the super crazy hot wings where you have to sign a waiver
without even giving it a glance.
Okay.
Solid.
Vigo would like to forge Vance's signature on the paper.
As you go to try and forge Vance's signature, nothing writes.
Is it because the paper is preventing me?
Seems that way.
I can get the V. The V will write.
Right.
Okay. And we'll do the top half of a G.
As you try to write Vance, you end up doing it does sign Vigo.
I don't like this pen. Fine.
The barkeep kind of looks at you as you're trying to write a different signature. He goes, "This parchment's magically enchanted, so you can't forge anybody else's name, friend. But I like your thought process."
Now that's it. You know what? I need to talk to you about where you get this stuff from. I might have use for it. You never know.
Alvaro comes up and just slaps Vigo on the back and goes, "Stop being such a pansy."
Who's being a pansy? I'm looking for business opportunities here.
Consider it training.
Oh, damn.
Friends,
Do I take damage from that slap?
1 point of damage. Friends, you may drink at any time.
1 point of damage. 1 second.
What are you rolling a Constitution
So-
saving throw?
Everyone needs to roll a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage except for
Not
Alvaro.
Melisande, I said no.
Oh, so only 4 drinks then, because Melisande's a party pooper. Everyone needs to roll a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, but Alvaro rolls it just straight roll.
Okay,
No,
come on. My
Melisande
first roll was
experienced
crap.
and knows what's
Come on,
in
give me a good one here.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Oh, nice,
That's a bad.
Silas. Oh, God.
What the hell, Silas?
Silas is cheating over there. All right. Vigo and Hope, you guys are just passed out trashed at this point. Like, you guys drink and then boom, they hit the floor. And the
Is it-
whole. Go ahead.
Is it just alcohol?
It seems like a magically enhanced alcohol.
That wouldn't do anything, sadly.
Oh, so never mind. So
Sadly.
Vigo, you pass
didn't
out on the
cheat.
floor.
It was a pan-galactic gargle blaster. I got it. Okay.
Everyone else is like, man, this is good stuff. Vigo's just drunk and gone.
Does it warm us?
Yes.
Excellent.
Is it tasty?
It's delicious.
Another.
I'm not tempting fate again. After I see what happened to Vigo, I now have to be the serious one, and I'll babysit
Well,
Vigo for a
I-
while.
I'm like Hope. If it's magically advanced, it can't put me to sleep. Actually, I don't sleep.
Melisande can
It's
babysit
not
Vigo. I'll have a
necessarily
wine.
a magical sleep. It's you just pass out and it overrides your you can't fall asleep.
Oh, it does.
Yes, if
I'm
you
doing
fail
it
to
again.
save.
Another.
All right, make another con save.
Now I'm trying to impress her.
Hope we'll have another one.
Yeah, so you and her just going drink for drink at this point because she has a bartender bring out the dragon's breath for her.
Oh God! Have I got myself into a drinking competition now?
She puts 100 gold pieces on the table. She's like, "Who's gonna win this one?"
Okay, let's go. Are you rolling for her, or is she just automatically saving?
The first couple she's automatically saved, but now we'll start rolling out. That's a competition.
Okay.
All right, drink. You're both still good.
Okay.
And yes, she has advantage.
Oh my God.
She drinks this on a daily basis for the last 50 years.
Damn it.
Ooh.
That's close.
So you're both under the threshold. You are now at disadvantage, and she's at a normal roll.
Oh God.
You just the whole tavern now is yelling, "Drink, drink, drink!"
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Ah, damn it. Never mind. It's like I want to give myself a bless. Okay. Here we go. Come on. One good roll. Oh,
You're-
I'm kind of sticking
I
with
was
her.
gonna say you're both fading fast, but it's going so far.
Ooh, she rallies.
Oh,
She
she
rallied.
rallied up. Okay, come on. One time.
You see her starting to get a little straighter about this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is the alcohol just running out of the bottom of his boot heel or something?
No, the way his body is, like he's got like almost like a drum for a stomach, so it's filling.
Okay.
And
that
acting
her
like a
part?
lubricant.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Oh wait, she doesn't have advantage anymore.
She rolled above a 20.
No, well, the 19, right?
No, so on her previous roll, she rolled above a 20, so she got back to.
Oh, so she got it
started to
back?
sober up
Okay,
a little bit.
okay.
Yep. So,
All
you,
right,
Come on,
come on,
baby.
so
come
if
on,
you roll
come
above
on.
a
roll over
20,
20.
10.
Oh,
you're
I
fading
in?
fast.
Oh God. I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging on.
Oh God, I'm going down at some point.
And with that, Albero passes out on the ground.
Hey, I gave it a good run.
You see,
Damn.
you see the alcohol begin to leak out of his body, but the metal actually ends up absorbing it back in, and you see like his armor gets slightly infused by it.
Ooh.
He has no idea this is happening, but this is what you guys.
No, I'm passed out. I haven't been able to sleep in the longest time. This is amazing.
She takes
This is a
she takes
win-win
some money off the
situation
table
for
and
me.
goes, "That was
It's a win-win.
well earned."
Uh,
It's about this point you hear this very loud booming voice that goes, "Ceza! Why
hush.
have I been summoned?" She goes, "It's not him, it's just an emissary. That son of a..." She walks out of the tavern. And you hear her yell up at the sky. She says, "My dragon's missing. Just wanted you to know." And she goes back into the tavern. Hopefully that'll get him out of here for a little while.
Who was it?
Since I'm passed out, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be
He
back.
goes, that was one of his emissaries, just a nobody. Not even really a person, it's just a projection. Stupid. Hate this place. Think of it as a long range sending without it being in my head.
Ooh,
Picking locks. Gold. Pickpocket.
What are you going on about, Vigo?
I'm passed out and dreaming.
Oh,
Passed out.
I forgot
He's
about
dreaming
that.
of picking locks, pickpocketing things, counting gold coins. That's what Vigo dreams about.
Fair.
Mood can tell you he had a, he figured out Vigo robs banks in his sleep.
That's true. I forgot about that. Good old days.
I'm gonna inspect Alburo as he's passed out and see what's going on with the liquid.
The Dream Bank.
Yes. And Vigo successfully solved the puzzle.
Um, it almost looks as though his armor's getting infused by this dragon's breath drink. And it looks like it's gonna at least keep him perpetually warm for at least 8 hours. That's what happens when you create
Ooh,
a
that's
warforged
tempting.
from a whole bunch of different items.
I make notes about the
I'm a
properties
Molotov.
of this.
I'm a Molotov cocktail of magical stuff.
Pretty much.
Well, if we can figure out how to tap that keg under pressure, we can turn you into a flamethrower.
No, all the alcohol
So,
that he's consumed is
I'm
being
gonna
absorbed into the armor to make it so he's
Oh, okay.
not cold for 8 hours.
I have a question for those who are still awake. Why,
yes.
if if we know that, like, are we just concerned about the rest of the Dragon Riders showing up? If we're gonna go after and then look around, the person we should not be naming in this area?
Yes. It was. We know that he has the ability to like insta poof them to his side if he ever feels a danger. So it was. We have to take them out individually. So that it basically we're weakening him. We're weakening him by taking out these riders so that we have a so that we don't have to fight what is it, like
And with all the
7 dragons left or something, and the riders all at one time.
Plus any apprentices.
Yeah, plus any apprentices. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Think of it
we're
almost
kinda-
like the Horcruxes. You're taking out the Horcruxes so you can kill them.
Yeah.
Okay, that I figured it was something like that. I just wanted to confirm because of what is happening here. It just makes. I just wanted confirmation on that. Um, if it wasn't for the fact, I think we still have to take care of this rider. To be honest, um, we what am I gonna say?
I mean, we're gonna right now. Uh, we're hoping the robot dragon can maybe solve the issue, and then
Well,
hopefully maybe give us some insight into how we solve the issue. Would be very appreciative if our Falbero can get that from him.
As Albero's passed out on the ground.
I
Yeah.
think this is only going to work
It's weird hearing a
once.
Warforged
Like-
snore, but he's definitely snoring.
It sounds like, I feel like it sounds like rocks in a metal like drum. Like if you were to like roll it, like
like a stone tumbler that I used to have when I was a
kind
kid.
of little reverberation.
Hope
Maybe they
looks at
can dance
Silas.
to it.
Hope looks at Silas and says, "It is taking every inch of my willpower not to send him to Iendes right now."
Don't do that. I think if we don't want to piss off the gods.
Wait for yourself.
Hey, even a vengeance paladin needs a break every once in a while. Damn.
Can't just be vengeance 24/7. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, Batman still has Bruce Wayne, right?
So
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna see if we can start getting water into people and try to wake them up.
How long has it been?
I mean, you have. I mean, do you want to pop some lesser restoration on them? That probably will do at least something, if not fix them.
Let me see what spell that is.
Second level
Like what?
spell.
Remove poison.
Is it poison? Because I'm resistant
Yeah.
to poison. No, I'm immune to poison.
Technically, it is a
I
poison.
don't have
I'm
lesser
just-
restoration on me
Restoration
right
set
now.
up. Okay.
I'm just
I don't know
saying.
what you can do.
I'm just saying.
I could
I
use
have
greater
advantage
restoration.
on saving throws against being poisoned. You know, I have resistance to it.
You're
Yeah,
asleep.
well,
I'm
after,
asleep.
after the
I
amount you
know.
consumed, yeah, no, you overrode that resistance.
Yeah, I overrode. I short circuited.
Yeah.
I take it, and I have no regrets.
I'll be right back.
I want to know if Albero gets a hangover when he wakes up.
Oh, Barrow's asleep, isn't he?
Yep. You fucker.
Let's see what robots dream about. What do
Electric.
robots dream about?
Steampunk sheep. Gnomish engineering wind-up sheep.
So what is Albero dreaming about for the first time he's been able to sleep since he
Since I got turned into a robot?
since he became a robot, yeah.
I don't know. Probably about killing dragons. Honestly, probably about killing Aiden, since he heard his name recently.
Makes sense.
Just an endless battlefield of carnage, and you strike down all the evildoers you have encountered.
Endless 5th level smite.
You went through some pretty bad. You said you've, inadvertently traveled through some bad planes and even hell. So you
Yeah.
could be you're the Doom
I
character
traveled to
standing on top of some pillar, and the demons of hell are swarming up at you, and you're just lopping heads and limbs off left and right. And the Doom music is playing in the background behind you.
You have to think. I randomly blink. Probably, I would have to say, at least 24 times a year
Jeez.
for, I don't even know, probably about 10 years. So I've probably blinked 240 times, give or take, to random planes.
240 chances to wind up in Vegas.
Mhm. He's like 5 from Umbrella Academy.
Oh. If no one's ever read the original Robert Aspirin series called Another Fine Myth, I do highly recommend it for a comedy read. The first 4 or 5 books were written by Robert Aspirin himself, and it's all very tongue-in-cheek humor, lots of sarcasm. I thoroughly enjoyed the series. Unfortunately, after about book 5 or so, he started to get a little sick. So he brought in a ghostwriter to help him collaborate. And then after he passed on, the lady took over and continued the series for a few more books, but her writing style changed away from the original. So I thoroughly enjoyed the first 4 or 5 books
Of
in the
what?
series for good comedy
What
value.
is it called again?
The first book is called Another Fine Myth, and the second one is called Mythic Link. But it's by Robert Lynn Aspirin, like the pill.
Hmm.
They are available on Amazon if in bookstores. But again, the first 4 or 5 were really written by him, and it's his sense of humor all the way through. A lot of, again, tongue-in-cheek humor and sarcastic and plays on words. So, for example, um, the 2 main characters have a stick called D Hopper. They're able to set dials and hop between dimensions intentionally, and they wind up on the dimension of called Troll, Trol, and the males are these giant 9-foot tall, fur-covered behemoth trolls, and the women are these Playboy Mansion-esque bunnies that are called trollops. But that's where the names stop. The trolls are generally the guys are generally hired as brute mercenaries, but the trollops can be anything they want to be. So they have one of them's a female assassin, and she joins the crew. So it's just again tongue-in-cheek humor with stuff like that. But I do recommend the series if you like that kind of stuff.
I just finished the
By the
5th book
by the
of
way,
the Dungeon Lord series. Oh, so good.
I'm sorry, Silas or Barrow, you're talking.
uh, never mind.
No,
That
you're
was
good. Go for it.
random thought. No, it's all good.
I love random thoughts.
Well, not really a random thought, but I'm definitely gonna try to convince that Ceza to give me her sword.
Mhm.
Hey, she wants the curse broken as much as I do. It'd
Oh,
be nice to have a little extra oomph against he
Oh,
who shall not be named.
Mhm.
do
The
we even
library
know what
only
this?
has the first book in that series, and they're all under 10 hours, so they're not in my categories of worth an audio credit.
No, yeah, they're all short, and like I
Oh, it
said,
looks like you don't have to buy them. At least the first one.
Oh, I love it when you don't have to buy a book in a series.
Yeah, they all say play. I just listened to Logan and I just listened to this book, first in the series called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I've heard rave reviews
Oh,
about
so
that
good.
one.
So good. It's so good. Yeah, it's really, really good. I highly, highly recommend it.
Mel,
Who wrote it?
Mel, pretty
But
lady, very nice friend of mine. Could you please post a link to that in the Discord for us?
yes.
Thank you very much. But yeah, so I was filling in time while the demo was away. But like I said,
No, you're
the
fine.
Robert Aspirin series, I do recommend it. And yeah, try the first book if you like the humor. Um, like I said, the first 4 or 5 books are all that kind of thing. Found then after he started to get sick, he brought in the ghostwriter, and she changed it. So anyway, but yeah, first 4 or 5 books are great.
I might be re-listening to the Ritualist series.
I think we're on
We
4. We ran out of the library doesn't have them all, so
Mm.
I gotta switch to Audible and get them. I think we're on 4.
Love 'em. Anyways, a couple hours go by. Vigo and Albero are still passed out. And the dragon poofs back in on Ceza's shoulder, and she goes,
She woke up,
"What?
or did she not
She didn't pass
pass out?
Ceza,
out.
no, Ceza
Oh,
survived.
okay.
Ceza survived." No. And she looks at Selim and goes, Yeah? And Bellum nods his head and she's like, huh. And she looks at you, Silas, and goes, you have greater restoration.
I do have greater restoration.
Can you cast it on me, please?
Um, you know what? Sure. I cast it. Go through the yeah, just cast it.
She's like, I'm cold. The effects of the alcohol are no longer in her system. And she goes, I'm cold. And
Isn't you,
I
isn't
can't
that how you're supposed to
I
be?
can't get cold. And you see Thellum like bouncing around on her shoulder with excitement. And she runs outside and Thellum jumps off her shoulder and transforms into a massive dragon. And as she hops on her back, she goes, oh, wait. And she pulls her sword off and hands it to you, Silas, and says, give this to your friend. And she hops on the dragon, flies in the air, and she goes, my citizens, we are free. And this cheering goes up across the town. And she flies off into the
And all the
What
cities
direction does
return.
she head?
southeast.
Would that take her in the direction of the town with the mayor?
Make a survival check. I'm not giving you an easy answer.
Of course it is.
See,
Is
nobody
everyone-
had to die.
Hey, I was
well,
open to it.
Hey, you were, and again, listen. You grew, and you learned things today. Silas learned not to name names. This is key. Hope, you need to learn not to name names too. We'll work on that. You,
I think the whole town's dying.
I'm the most improved player.
you did.
I think the whole
Why do you
town is
think the whole
dying.
town's dying?
Well, they're not immune to cold anymore. None of them are wearing cold weather gear, and I don't think there's any cold weather gear in the place because why would they have it? It would just make them sad.
Come on, zip that from out of there.
I start
they
trying to
dying?
rouse.
You see everybody leaving the
Cool,
tavern.
sorry.
You don't know if people are dying or not yet. You guys are still in the tavern.
Is
I
Vigo
try to wake up
warm from the
Alburo.
drink? I think he said we're awake.
No, you guys are
I
still
go
passed
Yeah,
out.
outside
yeah, I'm
and
awake.
Oh, we're still passed out. Okay, never mind.
Oh, I'm still, never mind.
Vigo remains silent.
Yeah, you two are still passed out.
Picking locks.
As you go out, you see that
Two tumblers.
people are converging on the communal living space. And
Number
going inside.
16.
Yep.
do they seem to be in distress?
No, it almost seems like they have a purpose and like they were waiting for this, maybe trained for it. They're cold for sure. They're shivering, but they all
I'm
seem to be
pretty
heading
sure
there.
I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have just been like deuces without like knowing that they were going to be okay.
They got a plan, at least.
Well, didn't we promise her that they were going to be okay?
There might be a transport teleport circle up in there. You never know. They
I
all could be zip
follow them
zapping
to
all
the
back home.
communion, or the, what is it called?
The
The lodging
communal.
place, the communal lodging place.
Yeah.
I follow them in there to make sure they're okay.
As you look in, there is a archway made out of a shadowy material, and people are being ushered through it.
See,
Where does it go?
Like, I asked, what's going on?
go through it.
So I'm going to look at it. I was like, where does it go?
Can you see where it would go?
Yes.
Well, I just asked I asked them what's going on. Where are you going?
We're leaving the town. We're free. Um,
Where does
you
that take you?
it takes us to Osiding.
Isn't this
Gonna need the
Osidine?
big map. Gonna need the big map to see what the.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh
No,
no, Orthol.
this is Orthol.
Osadine is the where the mayor
Okay.
lives.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And yes, southeast will take her in that direction. The
So
heart
is that where they were
wants what the
originally
heart
from?
wants. Mr. DM.
What was that?
Is that where they are originally from?
No. They are from this city.
They're not originally from Osidine?
No.
Okay.
I'm guessing the terrain has been changed in a negative way. That they were protected by that curse. If I had to guess. But
Once everybody's through the portal, Hope wants to look at the portal,
Mm-hmm.
or at least the archway.
Okay. What are you trying to discern about it?
Oh, just is this a basic?
Yeah, it's just a
Like,
basic
this is
teleportation
what it
spell that has been
is.
turned into a portal for massive people moving.
Okay. So like
Mm.
one off,
Yeah,
closer to a teleportation circle that someone had a scroll here and was just like, oh, let's open the portal and
correct.
go ahead. Okay.
Pretty obvious that this is kind of a contingency that has been planned if this were to ever happen.
Mhm. Okay.
I'll
So,
start. I'll look at the sword. Is there anything like special about it now that I'm holding onto it for a while? Oh dear lord.
Pretty sword.
not just any great sword.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
And there are,
So if
looking at the blade, there are different snowflakes, and as you look at them, they shimmer and change, and no two ever look to be the same exact snowflake on this blade. And it looks very
so
frail despite being made of, like, it looks like it's made of ice. And it looks extremely frail, but it is sturdy. Sorry, keep
so
going.
Yeah.
like if you ever have ice cream and you or like an ice cream container and you put it to somebody's neck, I'm gonna do this with Alburo and see if it wakes him up.
Oh yeah, it's cold. It jolts him awake.
Let's go.
You see Silas standing over
Ugh.
you with this weapon that the Dragon Rider was wielding against your neck.
Guess we're fighting
Silas?
tonight anyway.
Yes, I have something to say.
Yes.
Here, you can have the sword. It was gifted to you.
Alvaro, like, Alvaro picks it, like, takes it. He goes, thank you. And he goes, oh man, this thing is amazing. I was looking at it on her back. She gave this to you? What happened? Wait, huh? Like now he's just also focused on the sword. Wait, what happened to her? What's going on?
I cast Greater Restoration on her, and it uh cured her from the curse. I also think it had to do something with the your god as well.
Uh,
We can start trying to cast Greater Restoration on people and see if that will work, but
Well, we should
Is that what it
probably.
was?
Well, we should probably. You should probably ask Lendy's, as much as I loathe the idea, that if he could give us some clarity on how he solved the issue.
Yes.
give me 1 second to see something real quick. Um, because I'm trying to see if I can talk to him myself.
Well, Lendy's?
Yeah. Oh, it has to be your deity or a divine proxy. I
Divine
can't just
proxy.
commune with it.
Oh.
I mean, there's not much more of a divine proxy than the Zealot Paladin.
Yeah, we could have it that way. So we could try to commune through you to your god.
It'll probably be better if we did that than to just pop in on him again. I'm not sure how happy he would be with that. I mean, it worked out. I'm glad everything worked out, but yeah, we could, we could do that.
Excuse me.
I say we do that back in Veluxor. Though. And luckily, it probably won't involve whips and chains this time.
Well,
I'm not joking.
let's give it a try.
What was it that Silas cast?
Greater
I'm going to be
restoration.
casting. I cast Greater Restoration. Yes.
I'm writing notes.
Somebody grab Vigo, and we can go back to Veluxor.
So Silas, you would know that casting Greateration cured her of her being drunk from the dragon's breath,
Right.
which is keeping everybody
Yes, I do.
warm. But she's not always drunk.
I think it still is. I think it's the Greater Restoration only cured her drunkenness. I don't think it cured the bond between them. I think that was something to do with Lindy's. I still would like to commune and see if we can work this way using you as a radio antenna, essentially. We'll go to my special commune place.
Okay.
Are we back in Luxor just to hand wave?
Yeah, if you guys are headed straight there.
Unless we want to stop by Osidine and see the lovely couple. Then vote we just go straight.
Be fun, but...
Oh, go ahead.
I said that could be fun, but I think that we're more likely to just stay on task.
Okay, then.
So before we do that, was the name connected to her more than the place, or was it connected to the place?
What do you mean?
Saying Aiden a bunch of times. Connected to her more than the place?
It would be the place.
It was the place.
And
Okay.
based on what she said, it's more or less the proximity to the heart of his operations. You're getting closer to where Aiden resides. So by invoking his name, it seems to be more or less summoning him or a proxy or something along the lines.
But I think that ghost proxy was divination style magic.
I'm not telling you one way or another.
Or do I think it was conjuration?
um,
Because they both do the same thing, but one's maybe more important than the other.
mm,
Because that'll determine what Hope's gonna do. Divination would be more like sensory esque, while conjuration, like you could still see through the thing, but it would actually be a thing.
yeah, no, I'm trying to. I think it would be more conjuration than divination.
Ooh. So, yes. Okay. Uh, you guys want to go back to Luxsphere?
Yeah, sure. Isn't that where we were going to commune?
Somebody gonna
Or
grab
is that,
Vigo?
so were we going someplace else, Silas? Oh yeah, I'll
We're
grab
going. We're
Vigo and
going
put him
there.
over my shoulder, and I'll wrap him up in my stuff because I'm warm. I'll wrap him up in my warm clothes as well.
Okay.
I will poof them to Luxsphere.
Okay. Are you going with them?
Not quite yet.
Okay. So everyone appears in Luxford besides Hope. What are you doing, Hope?
I want to, like, deliberately say his name.
Oh God.
Okay. You say his name a few
Where are
times.
you?
What?
Are you still in the town, Hope?
Yeah, I'm still right in that tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I guess I go back to the tavern if I'm thinking it's place based.
So you go back to the tavern. You say his name. How many times you saying his name?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Pretty much.
Until it's like ridiculous or something happens.
Um.
Yeah, until it's ridiculous. or
After a
something
few
happens.
minutes, you just hear this. What now, Ceza? And you go
I'm
out and you
gonna.
see the image of a person on a dragon.
I pop up like right next to him, and then look at him. Can Aiden see through this?
Yes.
I want to be next to Aiden.
You want to be next to Aiden?
Uh huh. Because I want to have a little conversation with
Okay.
Aiden.
Woo! Woo! Oh shit!
So as you appear next to Aiden, there's this massive dragon surrounding both you and him. And he goes,
That's cute.
"What do you require of me? And why are you here? And how did you get here?"
It's semantics. I want to look. I want to like look. Like I want to like look at him.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to look for Bane.
You want to look for Bane?
I want to look for in him. I want to look for Bane to see if he's directly connected to Bane.
You definitely see the connection.
Okay.
It's almost a full-on possession.
Okay. So he's almost an avatar of Bane, if not like he's almost. Is it like almost there?
Like it's almost as though Bane is coming into this world.
Okay, so yeah, so he's almost. Is it done yet, or not?
Not quite, but it's getting there.
Okay. It's just like, you have been, perfect. uh, Good luck in your endeavors. And then I'm gonna blink to like 6 different places before I go anywhere near our stuff.
Okay. Alrighty.
Uh, my divine power where it would cause it to be double because it would make him vulnerable to all damage.
Ooh.
I appear back in Velexar with everybody.
Thank God.
Bye-bye.
I mean, I know you're slippery,
So-
but Jesus.
Huh?
I said, I know you're slippery, but Jesus.
That was all I got for 30 seconds?
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty relieved.
Well, what? Relieved about what?
He didn't do something weird.
Is anything I do weird?
No, not you.
As I was just like floating around.
Aiden. You just popped in on him. I'm surprised he didn't hit you with something.
You don't know he popped in on Aiden.
You don't know I popped it on Aiden.
Well, I guess not. I'm just saying, in my mind, I just feel like you were like, "Hey, Aiden." He's like, "Oh shit."
So I'll take you up to the commune area that I have.
Okay.
It's gonna be etched. It's gonna be a dark room that's etched with a bunch of carvings of the symbol for Badam. Um, there for this, it's very dark. Um, and I'll cast I'll do the ritual commune,
Okay.
which takes 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
And have him stand in the center and hope it works to as a conduit, and I'm gonna be thinking about Lindy's as I perform the commune ritual.
Okay. You finish the incantation, and Albero's had very like freaky movie doll type, like just turns and looks at you.
Um, was the um miracle at Orthal you're doing?
Yeah.
Would you be able to do that again with any of the other dragons?
Unsure.
Okay. Is Alburo doing a good enough job in your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. As I kind of hung up the phone mentally.
Albero's like, you gonna get started?
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on? What are you? What are we doing here? Let's get going.
So the a miracle at Orthal was your god's doing.
Okay. Wait. What?
He is
How do you
unsure
know
if he
that?
can do that. He is unsure if he can do that again.
Okay.
And I look you in the eye, put my hand on your shoulders, and says, "You are doing a good enough job in your god's eyes." And I just walk out with and leave you with that.
Albero just grabs his uh his religious sigil and gives a nod and walks out as well.
As you're getting ready to walk out, you hear a voice in your head that says, I have a new wielder. Interesting. And that's where we're going to stop tonight's session.
Oh shit.
Taking
Alright.
rockets. Taking locks. Oh,
Hope's trying to find some way to sober Vigo up.
Nico's had a rough week. You can use a rest. Anyway, everybody have a good night. Thank you all. I had a wonderful time tonight, and I am thrilled that Silas and Albero stepped up as much as they did, and I really enjoyed the storylines that the two of you came up with to get us through this adventure. Kudos to both of you. I thought you both played your characters very, very well and were engaging the entire time. So I applaud you for that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I wasn't
Thanks.
sure if it was gonna be a fight tonight. I was like, they're gonna be surprised when it's not a straight fight.
Yes.
I love
Very surprising.
love throwing the loops.
Good job. Thank you, Brandon, for being so quick on your feet to accommodate all this craziness. But I thought you did very well dancing and being ready for almost anything we throw at you.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if you heard it, but at one point, while Albero was passed out, Hope realized that he was quote unquote sleeping. So we did ask the question: what do Warforged constructs dream of?
Yeah, what would I be
What
dreaming of?
did you dream of, Albero?
They dream.
I don't know. We were kind of talking. We were kind of going through the thought process of how many planes that I've skipped to. I kind of did the math in my head, and I'm like, I've probably done like 24 planes a year. Probably been skipping for around 10 years, so 240 random planes. And then and then Vigo was like, yeah, it's probably like Doom. He's sitting on top of a pillar with a bunch of demons coming at him. He's just chopping all their heads off.
With the Doom music playing.
I
With
love
the
it.
Doom music playing. So
Anyway.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all. I appreciate you letting me sleep through the last portion of the game because I'm kind of spent tonight with these sore shoulders. But anyway, hope everyone has a great week. I know there are some storms in the southeast and coming up through the Gulf Coast. So if anybody's being hit or affected by those, please be careful. And if anybody's far out west being affected by the wildfires, which are being contained, so kudos to the brave men and women firefighters out there and smoke jumpers. But I hope everybody stays safe, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm signing off.
That was fun. I had a lot of fun tonight.
And if you were
That was
asked to
very
put a link for a book into Discord, please remember to do so.
She did.
There's lots of links.
She even put my Completionist Chronicles that I love in there.
I put
Oh,
the link
awesome.
for your set of books. I put the link for the books that I said, and yes, and Brandon's set of books because
Wonderful.
I'm listening to the Completionists also with my partner, and they are very, very good.
Okay.
We're actually listening to like 3 different kind of D&D-esque types of books, so sometimes it gets confusing where we are in the world because we're not listening to like one after the other after the other. We're taking turns.
Okay.
Another good series. If you like the time loops, I got 2 of them for you. One is called The Perfect Run, and the other one is called Mother of Learning.
Please apply links.
Just
Please
make a
share
book
links.
channel.
I'm gonna put the Royal Road links in there, so I really should do a book channel.
Yeah, should just do a
Yeah,
book
that'd be
channel.
cool.
Book channel. Okay, for those of you watching the video, if it's still recording, vote
It
for
is.
a book channel and then also make a comment that lets us know what your favorite audiobooks are and
Yes.
series so we can share those too.
Extra bonuses for series.
There you go. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. And thanks again to
Night.
everybody. Great time. Bye bye.
See y'all.
Bye.